It feels incredible to be a quarterfinalist on MasterChef. It feels like my food dream is just there for the taking, and if I can just get through, everything could change.
So excited to be here today. I haven't slept. But hey, I've just got to stick to my guns and do my very best.
I have nervous energy, but I think it's very positive nervous energy. I like the way I feel today. I feel determined.
This is it. No second chances, so fingers crossed. All goes well in the kitchen.
Expecting a proper fight and some great food.
This is a big day, and they have got to rise to the occasion. Welcome back. This is a MasterChef quarterfinal, and you have done incredibly well. You are now cooking for a place in a semi-final. So we have invited a special guest, someone who's going to taste your food and help us judge. Please meet food writer and restaurant critic, Jay Rayner.
Put roasted stone fruit right at the heart of it. That made it the star. Plums, peaches, apricots, green gages, any of that sort of stuff. They're gorgeous as they are. What can you do to them that actually makes them more than themselves but doesn't lose their essential qualities? Roasting stone fruit is tricky because you can't be exactly sure how each individual piece is going to react. Once you introduce heat to things like plums and peaches and so forth, they do tend to collapse. What will impress me is somebody who has thought through a way of making those roasted stone fruit shine by giving them a perfect setting, just as long as they haven't sacrificed flavour and the ingredient for being clever. That, to me, is the essence of good cookery.
Saltimbocca, Italian-inspired, that I'd never ever seen before.
It's great, great. Right up my street. She's different, she's daring, but it works.
I actually hadn't really thought about the fact I was cooking for a food critic until just now. That's quite mad.
Alexina, when you heard about this challenge, were you excited or were you...
I was excited because I immediately thought of something that I used to have. My dad used to bring home when we lived in Paris, which was this thing called a tarte Julie. And it was a tart with just loads of roasted stone fruit on top, green gages and plums.
What are you making?
So it's going to be a little pastry case. Then you're going to have bay-infused rice pudding in the base and then roasted plums on top. No.
You haven't, have you?
I sort of see it as a replacement for custard or creme pat of some sort in the base of the tart, but then you get a bit of more texture from the rice in it, really.
Excellent.
Plums, star anise, bay leaves, rice pudding, pastry and sorbet. All those things together just don't seem to join up.
I come up with different ideas and that I'm quite an eclectic cook, hoping to show a bit of technical skill with it as well.
I would just like to see Letitia get a little bit of elegance into her food. It's a delicious splodge. It tastes good. It now needs to look good.
I need to present a wow dish. The last couple of days has been practice, practice, practice. My poor daughter is probably sick of eating what I'm going to cook today. Some roasted peaches. We've got Italian meringue, some amaretti biscuits, and hopefully, if I can get it all done in time, a lemon thyme ice cream. My daughter is my inspiration behind what I'm cooking. When I told her what the brief was, she was like, Mummy, you've got to make a peach. We have peaches all the time, so it was a done deal for me.
Fluffy skin.
I'm not going to cook my peaches on too high of a heat, and I'm not going to cook them for too long. I don't want soft, mushy peaches. No mush today.
Well, I'll be honest. When they're perfect to be eaten raw, they're probably too soft to be roasted.
She's quite frugal as a cook. You know, she takes the everyday and makes it something very, very special. And she's unflappable. She's really calm under pressure.
Hello, Claire.
Hi, Jay.
What did you think when you heard what the challenge was?
I thought all plums, first of all, and I thought, oh, well, everybody will probably do plums, but I'm roasting plums and damsons with a tiny almond cake, a zabaglione on the side with a praline spiked with some fennel seeds in it. Damsons are picked on Romney Marsh at a friend's orchard in bucket loads. And my mum and dad eat a shed load of fruit. Their freezer is stacked up with frozen fruit. So, yeah, I've nicked the fruit out of my mum's freezer.
It's flavoured with burnt butter, and that makes it really, really, really rich. She's got a Victoria plum. We've got the zabaglione, which is almost a sort of frothy mousse flavoured with hazelnuts. We've got caramel flavoured with fennel, roasted damson puree, which is flavoured with star anise. That's a heady mix of things.
Range of skills. A Blaggett girl.
What a lovely idea that is. She's shown she's got versatility. She's shown she's got a good touch. So far, she hasn't shown us anything sweet.
I have practiced this dish quite a lot because I love it. I could eat it and eat it and eat it. But
Ginger crumb and then ginger cream. However, if it becomes too much spice, it could go from the sweet to the savoury.
Did that take you to your happy place as a cook?
it took me to the best place I could ever go. The tree that these damsons came from, I grew up with that tree. I know that tree.
Does it have a name? Should we be...
It's called Jack.
Okay,
Jack's
Jack
tree.
the tree, okay.
Jack's tree. So I spent a lot of happy times under that tree, and I remember the flavours of the stone fruit being roasted in the oven.
Is there a reason you haven't cooked a dessert yet?
And it's got the sweetness, so it's a great balance.
That's the...
Yeah, exactly.
About the damsons. They came from a tree called Jack. Well, what's going to matter is whether Kerry has taken the product of that tree and shown it a really good time. Seem to have gone for it. Yeah. They've understood that I want those stone fruits to sit at the centre, but they're doing other things.
Please.
Policy Advisor Claire's roasted stone fruit dish is Victoria plum roasted in star anise on an almond cake, served with roasted damson compote, zabaglione and a hazelnut and fennel praline.
Clever about this is the sweetness and the crispness of that almond sponge, because that has enabled you to allow the plum to be its own tart self. You haven't had to oversweeten it to compensate for all that acidity. Very nice sponge work, a very well roasted plum. You fulfilled the brief.
Business manager Alexina has made a sablé pastry tartlet with a bay-infused rice pudding and star anise roasted plums, served with a roasted plum sorbet.
I really like the singular majesty of that tart in the middle. I think your pastry is lovely and light and beautifully crisp and holds up. The plums are sweet and they've been reduced down, so it's got loads and loads of flavour. Your roast plum sorbet is beautifully made, it's lovely and soft, it just melts. I really like it.
Question marks, but you've answered them and you've answered them very well. The rice pudding is firm enough to hold up as a base for your tartlet. Your plums have aniseed flavour over them and they are cooked down beautifully soft.
This is the sort of thing that if it came out from the MasterChef The Professionals, I'd go, well, yeah, all right. This is that quality, it's brilliant. The rice pudding with bay, oh, that's clever. I've been reviewing restaurants for 21 years and nobody's served this up. The key thing about these plums is they tasted themselves, but if anything, intensified because you've shown them some love. This is an extremely accomplished piece of work.
Kerry's dessert is a short crust pastry tart filled with creme pâtissière, topped with spiced roasted damsons, served with damson syrup, gingerbread crumb and ginger cream.
The thing is, this is a cream custard tart with a couple of damsons. It's not a damson tart. There's something that you really loved growing up. Showcase them.
Bread crumb and the pastry work is great. My main issue here is a lack of those damsons. You've done a lot of really good things, but the end result isn't quite the spotlight on the stone fruit I was hoping for. I'm sorry.
Finally, it's accountant Letitia, who's made roasted peaches, served with Italian meringue, amaretti biscuits, and a lemon and thyme ice cream.
You've roasted the peach very, very nicely. You've not dishonoured that beautiful piece of fruit, and you make a very good amaretti biscuit. You really do. It's got that crispness which leads to the chewiness, which is exactly what you want. There is a lot of technical work. Baking amaretti biscuits is not straightforward. Making that kind of soft meringue, you've made them perfectly, has to be said.
I really love the peaches with the amaretti biscuits to give us a really good dessert.
I really like the idea of that Italian meringue, all that soft sugariness, certainly. And you've shown technical know-how here. You've worked hard on this.
It really wasn't.
But we had some really good dishes, very, very good dishes indeed.
We all loved Alexina's creation.
I thought Kerry's flavours were fantastic. Sharp damsons with creme pat, lots of vanilla and cream and ginger. Really good flavours.
Let's be fair about it. I think it's the end of the competition for Kerry.
Letitia showed a lot of skill, I think, and really worked hard at her presentation.
And it had plenty of technical know-how.
Claire's dish, I thought, tasted great because it was a really good combination between sweet and sharp.
With the crispy outside and the soft centre, worked beautifully. Two great cooks. What do we do?
That was some great cookery there. Really, really good cookery. We're impressed, and so was Jay, so very, very well done. Alexina. Very, very well done. First contestant leaving the competition. Kerry. See you go.
Thanks.
Happy of what I've achieved in the competition. Wonderful experience.
Claire, Letitia, two really good cooks with two really good dishes. Really, really tough decision to make. The decision we have made is that you are both going through to a semi-final.
I'm the semi-finalists! I'm really, 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 really chuffed.
I'm really quite speechless, really. I might even tell Mum about the damsons too that I'm missing from my freezer.
I'm sort of pinching myself now. Today was a step up. It felt like the quality in the kitchen was that extra level.